one of the biggest life lessons in surrender I had under deep pressure, but learned the biggest lesson of my life. And I'm going to be sharing this magical story with you today. My name is Mahaffey. I'm a holistic reprogramming subconscious mind specialist. Like so many of us that are so close to our animals, my dogs were like my children. And over a period of time, one of them began to get sick and he needed diabetes shots twice a day. And he went blind very short after that. Is that in my old house, there was a doggy door. And because he had already lived in the house for years, he knew how to get out of the doggy door. He knew his way around the house. So it was no problem. When he went blind, I worked with him a little bit to train him how to get around certain things and be very confident with the way that he can maneuver. But I think he had maybe a little bit of sight, and he very easily still went out the doggy door and barked and when he heard something and did all the things. And one day I noticed he hadn't came in the house for a while, and I was wondering, I was like, where did he go? Because I don't hear him and he's not in the house. So I went outside, and when I walked around, I went outside in the backyard, and you had to go down this long hallway, not hallway, but this long pathway to get to the gate. And I went around to go look where the gate was, and the gate was wide open. So my blind dog was missing. I went into a complete frantic panic. And I lived in the back of a greenbelt. So I am looking all over for my dog. I'm frantically looking through the neighborhood. I'm asking people, I'm like, have you seen my dog? He's blind. I don't know where he is. And while I'm doing this, and I'm also processing, well, why was the gate even open? And then I saw the cable guy, and he was going and checking all the people's cables. And at that point, I was like, that's how my gate was open. And I knew I could be angry at the time, but I didn't have time to be angry. There was no time to be angry. I was like, my dog was in here and he was let out. I was like, did you see him? Did you see where he went? And he said, no. So I began to go outside of the subdivision. I'm walking, I'm going everywhere. I'm looking. I actually go all the way outside of the subdivision, and I'm looking down this long street to make a circle to come back. And I see this dead animal, and my heart on the street, and my heart drops. I was, please God, do not let this be him. Do not let this be him. Do not let this be him. And as I got closer, it was a dead animal, but it wasn't my dead animal. And I felt so grateful in that moment that that was not my animal. And it was hot outside. He had diabetes, so it was about 105 degrees outside, and he was super thirsty from the diabetes. So I was already panicking and worried because of the heat, what was going to happen. And I was in this frantic, my mind was just going everywhere. I have to find him. So after about a 3-hour search, I'm yelling at people that are walking by, have you seen my dog? My dog is missing. And nobody had seen him. And so literally I had some friends come over, and they're like, hey Marsha, I really think that we got to start putting some signs up. It's been 3 hours. We've been here all on a search trying to help you, but we're not having any luck. And I was like, no, I cannot give up on him. I can't. And I was so held on to the fact that I was going to find my animal, because I was thinking he was going to suffer and die, and I had to do everything possible. And my friend was like, Marsha, we can put up signs. And so at that point, I decided to let go. As hard as it was, I let go. And when I let go, I sat on the couch. Oh my God, I still get emotional about this. It's like, I sat on the couch and I looked down and I surrendered. And I was like, God, please, like, help me. And I cleared my mind. I wasn't thinking about anything at that moment. Nothing. I let my mind just surrender to the higher power, to the creator, and I just cleared my mind. And in that second, I got a message. And the message said, there's this one sound that my dog, I had 2 dogs, but this one was the louder one. This one actually always like yelped. It was like, I need your attention. The other one was like, oh, like, on my time, I'll hug you and be around you and cuddle with you, right? Like, totally opposite. So the one that was lost was the one that was the louder one. And so he would respond to a certain noise. And so it told me, go to the backyard and make this noise, which is like, ah, ah. It's like, make that and make it as loud as you can. So I went out there and I didn't care. My neighbors, anybody heard me? I was making this noise like so incredibly loud. All the houses are probably vibrating. And mind you, I'm in my backyard. There's a green belt in the back. And all of a sudden I heard, ah! And I was like, oh my God. So I ran back there. And there was a random like donkey out there, probably his little protector. There was a random donkey, and I don't even remember the other animal, but I was just like, oh my gosh, he's alive. Like, thank you. He did have like, I don't know if he ran into like a cactus or something. I think it had to have been a cactus. So I did end up having to like pull some things out of him. But I mean, he was okay. Like, he was thirsty. He was very thirsty. He was overheated, but he was okay. And for me, that was the biggest lesson of my life, to say, like, we think that we know everything, and our mind wants to just keep on thinking of solutions, but sometimes we have to let go, and we have to let go and step out of our way. And the minute we can do that, it's challenging. I'm not gonna lie to you, that was extremely challenging. But it was a lesson, and I get to apply that lesson to my life today, and it works beautiful. It's a less work. We think we have to work harder, we have to do all this stuff, and it's like, you can just surrender and let in, and you can just really begin to fine tune and come into a relationship with the creator, your higher self, whatever your beliefs are, to get the messages that your analytical mind probably doesn't know. And so I share this story with you because at the time in my life, I wasn't big in that. This was not like when I was in my healing stages of my life or anything like that. But I do find the meditation practice that I do every single morning helps to retrain your mind. Meditation, as cliche, everybody's like talks about like what it is, but really it's a boot camp. It's a practice to allow you to be more present. And the more present you are, that's actually what I was. I was present in that moment. I did surrender to the higher power, but then I became present. When I say I become present, I mean I wasn't thinking of the future, and I wasn't thinking of the past, and I was just right here, right now, as a clear channel, no thoughts. And that is completely surrendering. And so you can do this in our everyday life. Like, a lot of people are living the life is if like what was happening to my dog, but they live that life every day. Like their dog is missing and they're frantic about it. And it's the same scenario. So it's important to continue to practice daily. So when it's game time and it's time to really surrender into something, then life gets to be easy for you too. So until next time, you got this. Bye for now.